Here are the testimonies of 9 people describing the colors of heaven they saw during their near-death experiences. Now, we have 3 primary colors here on Earth: red, yellow, and blue. And a mixture of those 3 colors form all the colors of the rainbow. In heaven, there are over 80 primary colors. So, of course, all the colors up there you see are impossible to describe, but they're so beautiful, people can't stop trying. So here are the testimonies. Enjoy.
Something that I experienced was color. Color that I have never seen here up on the earth. You know, we see things in 3D here. You 10 times that, and the colors were just magnificent. The green that was on top of the trees were just something that I've never experienced before. Now, to the right of that forest was wildflowers that I have never seen before in my life, mainly because the colors were just so beautiful. They were colors that I've never experienced before.
The white light, it's not white. It's a color we don't have a name for. It's a color we don't have a reference for. It's a color that has more feeling to it than experiencing color. It has a luminescence to it that we don't have in third dimensional reality. There's nothing like it that we can see here in life.
Lots of grass, lots of flowers, beautiful, vibrant colors. And then I noticed that the colors, anytime I would walk by a flower, I would see these levels and layers of color to each petal of the flower. And I would start seeing all these layers, intense colors, colors that we don't have down here.
And I could see and I could smell, and the colors were absolutely incredible. And they were colors that we don't have here on Earth. And the colors that we do have here on Earth, I could never possibly explain them, because like the gold, I saw a lot of gold and whites, and the gold is not like we see gold. It's like, if you can imagine, the most beautiful, gorgeous gold in the world with silver mixed into it, and colors, these colors that you will never see till you go to heaven, because there are no earthly words to describe how beautiful it was.
And then this being would begin to radiate, and it would radiate beautiful pastels, colors I have never seen yet on this earth, never seen them.
The first thing I saw was this mass of color. And the color was just moving, and it had so much life in it that I became instantly amazed. My expectation when I died was that I would encounter nothing and become nothing. Now I'm beginning to see things that were mind-boggling, in the sense that this color was alive.
Everything has its own vibration, even the colors. If you imagine the colors of a rainbow, each color has its own vibration. So a rainbow is not just a rainbow, that's pretty to look at, but it's also vibration. You can hear a rainbow, if you know, because each color has its own sound.
I don't know how to describe color to someone who's been blind since birth. You know, how would I describe red to that person, or blue? I don't know. It's really hard to describe this experience, because it's in dimensions that I don't think they exist on Earth. Colors that for sure don't exist.
Now, going back to the light, the brilliant light there, the only way that I've learned to explain it is when you're in a science class and you have a prism and you talk about refraction, the light shines through this prism. So you have the beam of light and you have the rainbow that manifests within it. And it's that incredible mixture of this beautiful white light with color within it. And that is what I could see, but it was a very intense, bright light that just absorbs you, but isn't uncomfortable to be around. And when you explain about the Colosseum that was there, which was made of light, but the light it's so difficult to explain, it's frustrating. But if you think about on the earthly realm, there's the infrared and ultraviolet light, but we can just see a tiny fraction of that. And then in this realm, it must have just exploded that I had that full range. And another way that I've explained it before is a pearl within an oyster. It's that beautiful white color, but you can see that pink and purple within it. But just imagine going to that full spectrum of infrared and ultraviolet. It's just a magnificent color that is just, it's comforting. It's almost like a liquid. You're in like in this water-filled flow of comfortness, and it's the peace and the love and that unconditional love. People say it's like going home.